thinking of the kind of YouTuber that I want to be. So I've been thinking of the kind of YouTuber that I want to be. As you can see, I have uploaded many types of videos, well, mostly the same kind of video, but I wanted to, I guess, think of what kind of YouTuber I want to be. And as you can see in many of these videos, most of them are like me sitting in this room talking about some topic, sometimes something personal, sometimes I guess something more related to to some topic that I thought of. And this type of video was mostly inspired by the, you could say, YouTube essayist type of video. So for example, someone like Tiffany Ferg, I think she's a huge inspiration, I guess, on for me, because she makes these videos that are talking about some internet related topic, and she has this series called Internet Analysis, right? So she's one, I guess, of the main examples for me of people who talk about the stuff that's going on the internet, which is in a way how I feel. Even when I'm talking about something personal in my life, I feel like I'm talking about something that's related to the internet. So I guess these videos that I was making, these kind of videos that are just more off the cuff, but about some certain topic, they were in a way kind of trying to be the first stepping stone to a video like hers, right? So I guess that was the kind of YouTuber I used to want to be. You could say. Oh, but there are also some other varieties of video essayists. For example, there are people like ContraPoints. She makes videos like about gender-related topics and about using her experience as well to communicate some story, but also with a lot of theatrics and with characterization, etc. But there are other video essayists that are like about, for example, video games, right? So, for example, he doesn't show himself, but he has like these 3D virtual environments, and he makes videos about usually games, sometimes other things like concept albums, for example. This video is really good. But yeah, they are, I guess, expositions on some topic that they make, I guess, from their house, right? From within their house, they start making videos like this. And another example that I thought of like that was Calum. And I think Calum covers a wider spectrum of of the things that appeal to me from this kind of thing, and also the things that don't appeal to me. So I'm even going to use him as an example. So for example, he makes videos. Well, the videos that I know him from, he makes a variety of videos. The ones that I know him from are from these kind of vehicles, right? They are these big vehicles that used to exist and don't exist anymore, who are, I guess, known for being used as exploration vehicles in the Arctic, or like in big conditions, in tough conditions. And those, for some reason, they had to be big because they are like exploration vehicles and etc. So he makes these videos that are pretty well researched. He for example, in his sources cites many different kinds of websites, images, etc. that he has scraped. So he has dug around for stuff like that. He has dug around for footage, but he has also used books as sources, right? But yeah, in many of these videos, he doesn't also resort to that, but he also sends emails to people, or he kind of interviews the creators of some book, the authors of some books that he's used as reference, or he sends, as I said, emails, but to family members, for example, not just to people who have researched the topic, but people who are connected to the families that built maybe these things, to try to locate, for example, the actual actual location of these vehicles, or whether they exist now or not, these things. And yeah, I guess I found that inspiring, right? I find that inspiring, the fact that you can do all that from your house, right? That the fact that from your house, from your room, you can send these emails with these books. Thanks to the internet, you can easily buy books and get them shipped here, even if they are kind of rare, right? And you can contact families of people, etc. You can talk to others. You can craft a story like this, and like order the story, and like get the facts right, connect this different information, and like put together this compelling piece. You can do it from your house. I've always been like a fan of this, right? But I also feel like I like the more in situ aspects of it as well, right? So, for example, on the one hand, it's cool that you can achieve all this from your room. On the other hand, I've always, like, when I think of me doing it myself, right, I feel like I would go crazy a little bit, right? I feel like I've spent too much time already in my room alone without purpose or something. That is with purpose, right? So when you are doing it with a purpose, I feel like it hits different and the time flies away differently, and it's like suddenly a lot of time can pass, and you still have not finished like what you meant to do. These things, but I also think that there is also that risk. So I feel like for me, I would like a more in situ approach. That's also, I think, why I've chosen Calum as the person to, I guess, make the video about, like, to thread this video about with, because he also has done that, right? He's taken the efforts he's gone through with this kind of deep research, and then, I guess, leveraged them in a way to get that in situ part also, to make that in situ part also like a part of the story, right? And he's done a couple of follow-ups where he actually goes to these vehicles that he's talked about, right? These overland vehicles, these snow freighter vehicles, and that's pretty cool, right? I admire that a lot. Yeah, and not just admire, but I also feel like that's something I would do, right? Something that I feel like I would miss if I were doing these things, right? I would miss that kind of, okay, but I've done all this work from, like, so separated from the actual thing. How about we go there, right? That part, and document what we can of the thing that is actually right there, right now, right? Not just from the past. And yeah, I've always been talking about myself, right? I mean this in a personal way. So I think if you have checked the tabs that were open up there, I think you may have guessed as to who I think has the kind of the better balance of all of these things, right? For example, like of research, but and going on rabbit holes and like finding information, etc. But also of like a tighter feedback loop with not necessarily feedback with the audience, but like feedback with yourself, right? Seeing kind of the efforts realize in a more concrete way, I would say, right? Or something like that, right? And I think my reference for this is Tom Scott. I think Tom has like a lot of super popular videos about about him being out there on some place, right? The videos that are pretty tight, right? Pretty concise, but showing some aspect of the world that's really interesting, but he is there at that aspect of the world that is interesting. And I feel like that is more of what I think I would prefer, right? It's not what I think is better in the world, etc. Right? For example, I think that these people who can document every single person I've talked about in this video, I admire, right? In that way, people who can talk about online topics and bring them to light, you could say, right? And make videos like this. Tiffany Ferguson, for example. Sarah Jett also comes to mind. She makes like hour-long videos about about kind of fandom drama or or lore of kind of these deep internet communities, and I find that admirable, right? And I enjoy watching these videos as well. Or for example, her talking about her own experiences and like deep political topics or philosophical topics, kind of, or him talking about games and how game concepts, game design, game mechanics type things. I respect and admire all of these, but I feel like for me personally, an approach that is more that where you get to see, I guess, where you get to be present on the real world, seeing those things, I feel like that's better for me, right? And I think that's more suited for me. I don't know. I feel like that's what I'm thinking about. That's kind of the answer to what kind of YouTuber do I want to be, right? So yeah, basically, in short, what kind of YouTuber do I want to be? Tom Scott. That's basically. I could have done a 2-second video, but yeah, that's basically the answer. So yeah, thank you for watching. That's what I wanted to say in this video. If you have seen behind me a lot of YouTube videos, right, that you can watch. I will probably leave some random video here on my face for you to click on. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.